We know I'm all about the everyday natural makeup, the no makeup makeup, and it was definitely time for an updated version. And what I did differently this time around, besides the faux freckles, is I didn't put a base on. This is just concealer and a little bit of cream contour. And this entire look just makes me so happy. It's just very soft and pink, perfect for every day. I am not very well rested today. I'm actually pretty tired, so this is a good test to see if this no makeup look will revive me. As I mentioned, this is going to be a concealer only base, which is crazy that I'm only just starting to do this. I've always put at least like a tinted moisturizer or some kind of BB cream on as an all over base and then gone in with concealer, but I finally tried the just concealer approach and I loved it. I have my skincare on, but before I go in with the makeup, I'm going to go in with the Beaubble spray. This is just going to give me an extra layer of hydration to work with. With my Armani Luminous Silk Concealer in 6, I'm just going to dot this in under my eyes, right here, definitely out here, a little around my mouth. I've got this breakout here. Just kind of spot treating. And before I blend, I'm going to spray my brush as well with the Beaubble spray and just get to spreading this out, just covering any problem areas, any unevenness, and really blending this out so that it doesn't look like there's just one area with concealer over it. But this formula is very natural. This is why I used it. It's probably one of my favorite concealer formulas. Very, very skin-like finish. Very lightweight, and really concentrating in the areas where I have darkness and concealing that. And then over the little blemish I had, I'm just gonna pat over it. And now using that slightly brighter concealer, I'm gonna also dot this in the center of my face, a little bit lower, and maybe just a bit out here too, just to kind of lift the cheekbones. Anywhere else I wanna highlight, maybe right here. And once again, spraying and just blending this out, covering a little bit more area, just really amping up that brightness. This is not gonna be extra bright. This is a very everyday look, very undetectable, just strategically creating illusions that nobody's really gonna notice. So we're off to a great start just with these two concealers. You can see I have a very light and natural bit of coverage, kind of just brightened up the center, but I do wanna add a little more dimension. So I'm gonna take Mojave from Persona Cosmetics. This is a much lighter contour than you would normally see, and it is cool tone, but just again, for a little bit of dimension, not even anything too precise, but just to bring a little bit more, just a little life, a little color to my face. And I'm actually just going to use that same brush, just for ease, nothing wrong with that. So again, you're not gonna notice a huge difference with this, but it is going to bring a little bit of dimension to the face, a little more color too. Now on to blush. Definitely want to use either a cream or a liquid product when you're going for an everyday look. I'm trying to decide between these two. This is by NARS. It's called Swing. You can see it's a very pretty light blue-based pink. And this, which is also a blue-based pink from Armani. It's the number 62. Maybe I want to use both. I'm going to do like a little ombre because I'm having a hard time deciding. This is lighter. It's a very pretty light pink, almost like lilac. And this one is a little bit deeper, but still a very nice pop of pink. So what I'm gonna do is I'll start with the liquid, just add 2 little dots of that, and with my hand, just tap. Literally all I'm doing is tapping. And that's gonna, first of all, bring more circulation to my face, which clearly I need today. Also blend it out in the most natural way. And then closer to the center, I'm just gonna add a little bit of, oh gosh, that is so pretty. This is a newer formula that actually dries to a powder finish. So that's actually a good idea to add closer to the center, closer to your under eye, because you don't want it to be shiny there. Add a little bit to my nose there too. So that just gave me the most perfect natural pink cheek. Now I'm gonna do the tiniest bit of powdering. This is Veil by Hourglass, and I'm gonna use this brush by Ilia to grab very little of this, set some of those concealer areas, especially that little blemish, and any areas that look extra shiny. For an everyday look, it's just not conducive to looking natural if you load up with powder. Unless you're a very oily skin type, I understand. Someone like me who's pretty normal, sometimes dry depending on the season, it's nice because when I powder lightly throughout the day, the natural oils in my face develop and mix with that powder. So it just creates an even more natural finish as the day goes on. I love that. Some people are not a fan of that look. I just like that. It just gives it more movement, makes it look more like skin. So one more time with this D'Alba spray, I'm gonna hold it kind of far away. I can't believe I forgot my very first step. This was the first step I was supposed to do. This is how tired I am today. I was supposed to do my brows first. If I do it after, it collects makeup inside. Not a good look. But we'll make an exception this one time because I definitely have to do the brows. It is such an important part of especially an everyday look. So anyway, I'm using the Super Luck Brow Gel from Maybelline. The reason I love this is because it instantly laminates my eyebrows. You can see my eyebrows are very dense. Not every brow gel works on my brows. In fact, most of them don't. I'm trying here to dodge my makeup so it doesn't mess with it. But you can see, like I said, it just completely laminates them. And this will stay. It doesn't flake. A lot of times these brow gels, they will laminate the brows and they'll keep them down. But they also start to get flaky throughout the day, like develop white flake. So that's it. That the brow is a must for this look. And I really push it so that it gets all the way down to the root. For the eyes, you can throw on some mascara and call it a day, but I'm just gonna apply this by Smashbox. It's their Always On Cream Eyeshadow, just because it's gonna give me a very uniform color across my lid. It's a very pretty shade, very neutral, very everyday appropriate. But it's just gonna pull everything together and make it look more polished. So you can see it doesn't make a huge difference, but that touch of rose on the eye is just so pretty. So I just use a very small dot on my finger and get all the way to the lash line in the inner corner and then blend it upward. Definitely get into that crease too, and it really does stay. It's got good staying power. And now for mascara, I'm using a tubing mascara from Beaubble x Rudi. This is the chocolate dripped tubing mascara, and it's such a beautiful brown shade. This mascara is perfect for every day. It just adds that fluttery look, but keeps everything very soft. Another one of Rudi's products that I'm gonna use is the Berry Freckled Pen. I was never a fake freckle girl before I discovered this pen. She put me on. I was never interested in doing faux freckles. And now I do it every now and then. I love it. So I take the tip and just start adding little freckles with just the very tip. And then before it dries down, just use your finger to diffuse it. Like I said, you can just kind of tap on it to diffuse a little bit so it's not so intense, so not so high contrast. And then just kind of fade them out as you get to the outer part of the nose. Super optional step. You absolutely do not have to do this, but it's just kind of become part of my more natural looks, more everyday looks, since there's not too much going on my face. Like I would never do this with a more full glam look. I kind of just add that, and the color of the freckles with my eyes, something about it, there's a harmony about it. So I'm just contouring the outer corners because that's gonna make the lip look a little more full. when it's brighter in the center. And one side of my lip is a little thinner than the other, so I just slightly overline that. And that's it, not doing too much. Now, before I go in with Meridiem, I'm tempted to try this. So I'm just gonna dab this at the center. Hold on, there's something going on here. This triangle of pink with the lids, the blush, and now that matte lip. It is the multiple, so you can use it on your eyes, your lips. And then we'll take a little bit of Meridiem, just to add a little moisture to the lips. If you need something to keep your lips moisturized all day, this is it. This combo is it. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in with a little more of Meridiem for high shine. It's gonna make it a little bit more brown. This is really pretty too. Did we just find our new favorite lip combo? I am very happy. I hope you're as happy with this look as I am. It's not often an everyday look makes me this happy, but this kind of came together perfectly.